Hey friends, it's Megan Elizabeth from ByMeganElizabeth.com, founder and creator of SheMakes.Club, and this is another video that's part of our 31-day She Makes Her Life journey that starts May 1st, 2022. Super excited about this. I want to invite as many people in as possible. You can either get it free with your membership to SheMakes.Club, or you can just participate in the 31 days without the membership if this is something that's interesting to you. So a couple things that are happening here. I wanted to take some time today to sort of set up my 6x8 album. This is just a simple craft 6x8 album. It came with page protectors. You can pick one up yourself. I did send them out to active SheMakes.Club members already. So you might still have one laying around. And then the other thing that we're utilizing is this 31 Days of Prayer journal. So I'm kind of keeping both things together. And the one thing that I wanted to just sort of walk through today and make is some setup that you can kind of refer to and see what's coming. Just get a little taste of the album that we'll be putting together and how to make some of the stuff. So I already did a video showing you how to make my little song cards that have the playable Spotify code. You just scan this code in Spotify, it'll play the song that's there. And then it's a great song to have for either thinking about or meditating on or just empowering you during the week. And that was kind of my plan with that. And then a couple other things that I want to do and walk through is just kind of planning out some of my pictures for the themes so that basically I can really help you tell your story and guide you through the 31 days in a meaningful way to impact and encourage and inspire you with your goals and dreams in life, because we have different lives. So I did just start printing out some like vision board style pictures, family pictures, big goal pictures. This is my dream house. Completely love this house. Things that we want to do as a family and experience together. I even have some of my certifications that I printed out smaller as copies so that I could put them in my album as well. I have stories to tell about things that happened in the past and things that we're looking forward to in our future. So I did just print out a whole bunch of different things, and we're just going to kind of see what's going to work and what we're going to use throughout in our album. But a couple of things that I do know for sure is I'm going to be utilizing page dividers kind of thing that I'm making with the Cricut for each week. I have a song picked for each week, and then there's a word theme picked for each week also. And I wanted to utilize these at the beginning of each week. And there are five weeks in May. So I'm just going to cut this right in half. Oh, I did a little bit less than in half, but that's okay. A little smidgen. But these are designed to cut right in half at 3 inches. Ah, the whole thing slid. Right at 3 inches and utilize. All right. And then there's little note cards also. So these are going in here. I do have them numbered. This is my week 5 song. This is my week 1. I didn't label that one, but I know that's week 4, 3, and 2. So for whatever reason, I missed doing 4. So they're in order there. So I'm just going to kind of start setting up some of my album things. So I know I want a cover page. I want it to be a full 6x8, and I want to do a 2-page spread that's 6x8. So I know I need 2 blank ones right in the beginning. And again, you do not have to do this the exact same way I do. There's no problem with that. But then you can see I have a couple other sizes that are available to me in this particular setup. So I want to make sure, and I do, and this will be the final page. That's gonna go with week 5. So even if I go backwards or forwards, it doesn't really matter. And I can move things around. Nothing is locked in, set in stone. This is just giving you a little taste of kind of what we'll be putting together and doing. And then I want one of these guys for week 1. I know that. So I'll put it over on this side for week 1. so I know that's week 1. I know that's week 5. We're going to use this for week 2. And I'm switching it, which one it's going in. Week 3, we're going to go back over here. And then week 4, I'm going to use another one of these. Ooh, we're going to go back and forth. We didn't go back and forth correctly. That's all right. We could put it down here for this one. Give it a little bit of a different thing. Okay, so I have all of my weeks started, more or less. And then I have a couple other printable journal cards as well that you can use the same type of situation. So I'm just putting all of these back in the back, and I'll be pulling them as we go through each week, depending on how I want to design that layout as we go through. But I do already know this is definitely going to have a cover page, a 2-page spread, an extra, and then we're going into each situation. All right. Woo! All right, let's print out some cards. All right, so here's some of the cards that made. So we have thought and verse. And I'm going to print that out. I want a total of, let's do a total of 5 copies. I'll have one of these for each week. Okay, so 5 copies total. Again, I need to change my size to be 4x6, and this is in the Epson PictureMate 400, PM400. I'm going to do 5 of them, 1 for each week, and then I'll cut them in half, and it'll have a thought and a verse for each week that'll go on those pages as well. All right, so while they're printing, we're going to open up Cricut Design Space. And I just designed simple PNGs. You will have to remove the background to upload it in Design Space. It's not hard. I'm going to show you right now how to do it. So we're going to start a new project. And I'm going to come over to, of course it needs to be updated. Okay, that's all right. We'll update now. Little things kind of like this kind of keep happening, and I'm like, well, maybe it's because I'm supposed to actually show you this thing in case you run into it yourself. So that was really that easy. It's just a simple new thing of being able to rotate or move, print and cut, which is the new update, which is pretty cool that Cricut did that. We can talk about that later. It doesn't need to happen right now. I'm going to do a new project like we talked about, and I'm going to come over here to this little upload button. From this upload button, click upload, click browse. You're going to download these to your computer, so you're going to need to find where you put them on your computer. But I happen to know mine is in my 31 days, and I have 1 for each word of the week. So I'm going to start with vision. Open that up. It's super simple. Ooh, remove background automatically. Let's do that. That's not great. Nope, we're not doing that. Undo that. We're going to do a manual select. I didn't like that at all. I'm just going to take care of all those insides that are gray. Everything else is transparent. We're good to go. And I'm saving it as a cut image. Cut image, upload. And it's all the same process to remove this background. Boop. Apply. And then save and upload. Okay, so now we're going to put all of these, all 5 of these on one mat. Well, or one project, I should say. And the really important part here is that you size it correctly for your album if you're using a 6x8 album. Wowzers. Okay, we're not cutting with the Joy, first of all. We're cutting with the Explore 3 because these are going to be too big. Well, you could technically cut each one with the Explore, but these are giant. So let's take the width down to 8 inches. Keep the proportions in place, and these should be just about perfect at 8 inches. And they're all a little bit different heights, but I did just justify more towards the actual width than I did this way than I did the height, because it should still fit no matter which way we go here, except I did 8 wide, 7 high. Okay, that's right. Okay, so they're all, this is almost 5 inches, that one's almost 3 1/4, 3 1/4 we'll call it, almost 4, and then almost 5. All right, so I'm going to save this. And I'm going to make it available for you guys here. Also, this is going to be 31-day week dividers. Okay, now there's a couple things that I could do here. I could go in and put hole punches in these strips. However, I have found I prefer so much more hand punching in than trying to line it up. Easier for me. It is more consistent the way I want it to look, so I just do it that way. So what we're going to do is hit make it. I'm going to do it on a mat, and it's going to be a 12 by 12 mat, so it's going to have to do 2 or 3 mats here, as you can see. Let me see here. Can we rotate any of this? Can we rotate any of this, you guys? Because I'm starting to feel like they didn't really, no, I guess not. All right, undo. They didn't optimize my space, but I'm not, we're good. All right, so now I'm just going to grab what paper I want to use. And I'm going outside the box on this for what I want to do here. I didn't include this as like a link, although it is available out at many craft rooms and on Amazon. This is the chalkboard stack from Die Cuts with a View. So I'm going to utilize this. It has a really thick and chalkboard feel to it, so it'll be sturdy, I feel like, for my project. So you could just use regular cardstock though. This is for sure not a necessity to create your album. All right, so that's ready to go. So that's going to start measuring and doing all that stuff, and then it's going to cut, and then I'm going to show you putting it into the album. All right, so they're done, so I'm just going to peel it off of the mat. And get right underneath it. Just lift it up as we go. Careful not to rip. I love it so much. Okay, we'll set these aside and then we'll clean that mat up in a minute. All right, so these are going in order of the theme for each week. These are so cool. Such a cool way to do this, I think, too. All right, so I just want to make sure I have my measurements close. So I'm going to put a little mark on here. I'm using a white or silver gel pen just to give me general ideas where I'm going to punch. I'm going to kind of center that hole. 1, 2, 3. See how close we did. Perfect. All right, so that's vision. Then we have excellence. I'm gonna do the same kind of thing. I'm going one by one. Close to center as I can. And you can get like a 3-hole punch for these mini albums too. You do not have to do it this way. Or you can even measure them up and cut them out in the Cricut. But I always find that different words just don't end up lining up the way I want it to when I do that. So this is just how I'm doing it. Excellent. Oh, so excited. All right, and then those are all done. Now I have my thought and verse cards. Now I'm probably not going to use one of these for every week, or both of these for every week, but I want to have the options available. So I'm going to cut them all in half, right on the line. really simple. 3 inches should be exact. There we go, all the way through. So I'll probably just be using one or the other for the most part, but there might be spots and times where I want to use both the thought and the verse. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do to actually set up before we get started. I am going to, like I said, showed you a huge stack of photos. I will cut some of them down to be the 4x3, like this one will cut. I can just cut our family out and make it fit in that 4x3 space. So I can do that really easily. And then the paper I decided to continue using, even though it's like my heavily overused one, is the In Full Bloom Close to My Heart. So you can get the paper sticker pack. You can still get the kit. It's just, you just want to search for In Full Bloom at the meganelizabeth.closetomyheart.com. And then I'm also using Noteworthy. I will be using Noteworthy throughout this process. They're just very simple. Notebook paper. And it is X8027 music sheet. With music being so important, I was like, this is too cool not to have. Grid dot grid, actual grid, the handwriting sheets from school, and then ledger book. So they're very cool. You have like a completely white clean side, and then you have a more antique distressed side. So it's pretty cool. So those are the 2 things that I'll be using throughout, and I cannot wait to make with you every day for the 31 days She Makes Her Life journey. It's a total of 5 craft projects with bonus videos and all the other how-tos of doing all the things that we're doing in the album, from making the titles start to finish, the Spotify codes, like I said, putting the whole album together, but then having that daily thought-provoking question for you to kind of take with you throughout your day and start making those little by little, inch by inch steps to build new habits and to start living the life that you really want. So I cannot wait to see you in the She Makes Her Life journey, May 1st, 2022. Come join in at any time. You can even join after and catch the replays. So I would highly recommend you do that. Link in the description. I'll leave it here also so you can check it out and see it. And I hope you have a great day. Enjoy the moments. Bye-bye.